Hello. Welcome back to our German 1890 campaign, Blood and Iron. The last episode, we were continuing our war against Spain, and it's really just like how would you even describe it? Like a spoiler war to ruin France and Great Britain's chances at attacking us for the next couple years, hopefully. Give us some time to build up an actual fleet here that we can defend ourselves with. Although, thanks to Germany having a better like overall economy than Japan does, we're able to actually have like a real fleet here and have like actual production happening. There's no way we would have been able to do all this with Japan in this era. So something I want to look at real quick was brought up by Terok, and it's like armed merchant cruisers. I don't know if that's exactly what. Hang on. It's like he said we could get down to 300 tons, but I'm just curious. I'm not actually building this. I'm just seeing if it works. We're gonna take off as much as we can. Um, what can we get rid of to do this? Um, Not really sure. Oh, colonial service. Okay. So we go back up to 18 knots. It would allow it, and it takes 4 months to build. So that's kind of cool. We can go up to what, 3-inch guns? Is that allowed? Leaves us a little bit of extra weight left over. We do a 1-inch belt. We can. So this would let us do 300-ton, like little mini corvettes that only take 4 months to build. So that's actually pretty cool. Let's suggest a name. We're going to call it the. This doesn't matter because they're going to go away after the war, if I am not incorrect. We'll call it the Gudrun class. And we'll save and finish this. No, lets us build immediately. So we'll build 2 of these right off the bat. That way, if we have any sort of losses amongst our Corvette fleet, then, this will handle it. So we're going to hit save. We're going to make our backup, and then we're going to go. All right, here we go. So, battle off the coast of Spain, which is declined. Another one off the coast of Spain declined. This is Spain and France and all that down here. I mean, if they keep declining, that's just free points for us. That's probably 2,500 victory points. So this is the Japanese heavy cruiser Maya, 6,700 tons. I think ours are better in every way. An indecisive engagement. Again, we're thwarting raiders this time around, which is pretty good. Here we go. Uh-oh, tension with France goes up anyway, even though we're at war. Not great. Okay. Just checking my messages there real quick. And we're going to keep pushing on. We don't want this war to go too much longer. This one's way out there. I mean, if it's a fleet engagement, we'll take it. Chance to hopefully finish off the rest of their battleships, maybe? Okay. So this is this is a US heavy cruiser. And we will take whatever we can get as far as sinking battleships. I don't like having torpedo heavy cruisers mixed in with the regular heavy cruisers. Okay. Here we go. Let's see what they got. This can't be just a lone battleship, right? It's got to be like a heavy cruiser or something. It's moving pretty fast. Yeah, we'll send the Seattle out in front. Let the U.S. Take a small part in this war that they essentially started. Maybe it is a battleship. We're catching up to it with the heavy cruisers. Yeah, I think it's a lone battleship. We'll use the Seattle as some bait. If it gets damaged, like it goes back to the USA to repair. If our stuff gets damaged, then we potentially can't use it in the next round of fighting that we have. We're hitting them a lot with the small guns. Looks like he's on fire. It's good. All right, torpedoes away. It's gonna be the second one in line. Okay, nothing. Torpedoes are in the rear of this formation, so let's turn. We managed to fire off one torpedo, sort of en passant, or en passant, in passing. Okay, fire away. There's no risk of hitting that Seattle, really. Here we go. Fire the next one. Expended. Fire the next one. Out of arc. Huh. I mean, that's foolish. I don't know why they would do that, but we'll take it. One less battleship. Okay. Very nice. So they're raiding and sinking their stuff, but we're like just kind of uh like our raiders doing. I thought we had these guys. This one here is raiding. This one here is being repaired. Interesting. This one here is on foreign station. We do have. So we have 4 out of 3 trade protection there in Europe. We have 0 out of 0. We have 1 out of 0. So it says we need 6. I wonder if it's the Baltic. Might be the Baltic. 1 out of 3 in the Baltic. Okay. Okay. Well, I doubt Spain has anything in the Baltic, really. Well, either way, we're just going to. Well, we don't have something on foreign station, so let's go ahead and we'll put these 20 knot cruisers on foreign station. There we go. Well, these are our new cruisers. 21 knots, we'll take it. There's a potential we can have a good fight down here. We're fast enough. Oh, this is a transport battle or convoy raid. I call them transport battles because I'm dumb, but we're going to max speed. We're going to, oh, hang on, I don't want to go to max speed. Keep forgetting that we are using older ships, so the engines will go bad pretty quick. So you want to conserve your max speed as much as you can. So there's a potential warship right there. That's a light cruiser. What do our, oh, these aren't even our new ones. These are the Gefyon class. These have 10 6-inch guns. I mean, they can rumble with that thing if they have to. But I mean, do you really want to push into us like this? We do have torpedoes, friend. Amazon class. Can't. So we're going to turn together. Turn together. Now that we've hopefully chased off any potential torpedoes from that guy. We're going to start at the top. And we're going to go down. Torpedoes. There we go. Forward torpedo, go. And port torpedoes, not yet. But we're just going to fly down the length of this convoy. And I mean, we're still scoring good hits on that thing. With 2-inch guns and 3-inch guns. It's not going to make that big of a impact. But it's certainly rattling his cage enough. So we're just going to zoom. We can actually reduce our max speed to conserve the engines a little bit. And we're just doing drive-bys with our little, 3-inch, 2-inch guns on these things. So we'll wrap it up as best as we can here. I do like me a good old convoy battle. You can't do this in the missile age, tell you that. You send in a bunch of destroyers or corvettes or even cruisers in the missile age, and you're going to be saying goodbye to those ships real quick. So let's go up to max speed, see if we can't catch up to this cruiser. We're going to hit that merchant first, then we're going to actually try to get this cruiser. 6-inch hits, 6-inch hits. Oh yeah. The goal here is just to score as many hits as we can on this thing and try and slow it down. And I think we are doing so. You can see that we're catching up to it pretty quickly here. Let's see, lead ship with a torpedo, no hit. Rear ship with a torpedo, no hit. So we can turn around here. And now we're on our port side. So let's see if we can't hit them with a high speed. Nope, low speed torpedo. About from the Amazon. The Amazon has a lot more torpedoes, but they are positioned a little bit more awkwardly. So rear launcher and go. Nope. Well, I have a feeling this thing is pretty much toast as it is, but we're going to do a turn together move, and then we're going to go like that. So I can get my forward launcher on the Amazon going. Fire away. And then well, still didn't hit, did we? Okay. 17 transports sunk and a light cruiser. We scored 32,000 victory points there. It's about as much as we scored for sinking a bunch of battleships. Gained a prestige point. We'll take it. Got, um, we don't want to raise tensions with Britain as much as we'd like the budget here. So here we go. Spain lost a light cruiser. U.S. lost the Pittsburgh and a battleship. Well, at least you tried. At least you're sinking something. Spain has 4 light cruisers left, 1 battleship, 3 heavy cruisers. So yeah, I mean, we've got this well in hand here, honestly. It's just a matter of wrapping up this war with some dignity before the big boys jump in and decide to start causing some problems. We're going to check out our research. As Tarok pointed out, I must have skipped through it last time. I paid the eccentric scientist, hey, come and do science stuff, and I guess I skipped through it because I usually like to look for that. That's one of my favorite events is what does he improve? Apparently he did machinery. So I don't know if this was a direct result of that, because I feel like we might have got it before, but maybe that was because of him. But that's a good thing. And we do have some technologies now. I'd like to oh no, I'd like to wait like maybe another it's 1894. Maybe it is time to start building a battleship, although the guns on it would be pretty bad. We could do like a broadside build where we use 8-inch secondaries essentially. We'll slap a couple like 10-inch single turrets or something on it just to, make it a battleship. And then we run 8-inch like just broadsides essentially. All right, next turn. Another battle off the coast of Germany, and well, I don't know what they're doing, but we're starting right on top of each other again. Is this their last battleship, maybe? All right. Well, there's no torpedoes in that squadron, so turn that way. We're going to turn off torpedoes and just go right for them. I mean, if it's a lone battleship, we're not going to mess around. We're just going to go for the torpedoes and make it quick. We've got other stuff we want to do. We've got more important things to do than fool around with Spain, like bringing it into the war. It is really nice that we have the majority of our ships actually participating in these things. Okay. Okay, well, this is good. Let's send our heavy cruisers down after that lone cruiser. I feel like we can take it without much of a problem. We don't want it getting away this time. And everything else is going after their main flotilla there. Lots of signals being misunderstood. But yeah, if we can sink a heavy cruiser, that would be quite fine. Even if we had to use our light cruisers to do it, that'd be... We could just torpedo them if we can catch up to them. Of course, our battleships are lagging behind. These things are really just there to show the flag. We're gonna go like this. Separate our forces a little bit. Whoops. Not quite. And it's really in this era where you can do this with your cruisers because the accuracy on these battleships is so poor that you can drive, like right here, you can drive right up to them essentially and try to fire off torpedoes. If we were doing this in any other era, we would have been smacked around mightily and greatly punished for doing this sort of thing. Not sure what's happening here. Well, we can end up sinking, catching, and sinking all of these ships that are here, which is a one of each, a battleship, a heavy cruiser, a light cruiser. That would be pretty big. Okay, this has rear torpedoes as well. Turn together. There we go. And then hopefully we're still pincering over here. Okay, hit him with another torpedo and another. All right, so the battleship is down. Let's turn off, turn together. We're gonna get them back into the fight because there's no guarantee we're gonna hit this heavy cruiser with a torpedo, but we're gonna try. Off you go. And this is why I like these new light cruisers because we got double launchers on each side. So you don't have to keep trying to reposition. We're going to do turn together. And you'd be looking at what's happening over here. This thing here looks like it might be a little bit dead in the water. Maybe not quite. All right, let's turn off, turn together. Get back into some sort of fighting formation here. We're getting our battleships involved. Looks like the Prince Adalbert and the Rune have separated into their own formations. Oh boy, is this another collision? That's the thing. Every time I look away, there's a collision or a risk of one. Nice. That'll slow it down. In fact, that should be the end of that. We're going to turn together. Okay, game over. All right, yeah, we got one of each. We took some light damage on our heavy cruisers and light cruisers. And we'll leave the scenario. We're going to take any chance to push the end of the war here. We have a defeatist. We can gain a prestige. Farewell, friend. We need the prestige. All right, gradual damage control. They're still raiding in Northern Europe. So maybe we have enough, yeah, I think we have enough heavy cruisers at this point that we're going to choose one that's not attached. Well, all right. So second cruiser division has two in it at least. So we're just going to put these on trade protection. And they're in Northern Europe, so hopefully they have a shot at least of intercepting the raiders. Meanwhile, now that we've got a little bit more technology and we do need to spend money, let's see if we can design a couple of pre-dreadnoughts. Nothing too like crazy. We're gonna go for like, I don't know, what, 11,000 tons. We'll go for normal freeboard. They have to be medium range. We want them to be able to catch things. So 17 knots with normal reliability. Belt coverage, probably not that important. Hard to say, really. Let's take a look here first. We're going to go with 10-inch guns. We're going to decrease the guns in each turret. Um, get rid of all these torpedo launchers because we want 8-inch secondaries. And we're going to put as many as we can feasibly do. So like 7 on each side is pretty good. Gives us with a bunch of, well, not a bunch, but at least a few 3-inch tertiaries. We want enough ammo to be able to fight. So 180 rounds seems pretty good. And then, yeah, we can leave the belt coverage on narrow, I think. Deck, we're going to go down to 1, because this is like close range fighting still. Let's just go up to 18. So 9 on each side, secondaries. Is that allowed? Okay, too many. Too many. What if we go to 12,000 tons? What if we go down to 7-inch guns? Okay, that's fine. So can we go up to more? No. We can go up to 18? No. 16? No. Back down to 14, so 14 8-inch guns. Dang, what the heck's going on here? What about... So this gives us 6 8-inch guns on each side. And that's too many. Okay, well, what if we make the tertiaries into 5-inch guns? That's pretty good. And then we can increase the number of those to 16. Okay, and then we can bring the displacement back down. And then the narrow belt, I'm not like super worried about it, but I guess we can just get rid of it, use up the extra tonnage. And these still end up being cheaper than our heavy cruisers, the Heinrichs, I think. It's a lot of ammo for 5-inch guns. We can go down to 200 rounds there. And we do, there we go, 198 inch, because 8 inches are really, the 8 inches our primary gun. Okay, this seems okay. It's 17 knots, so it can catch other battleships. Hmm. We go up to 18. Nah, not necessary. We don't need to. These aren't going to last for very long. These are like in between. These are filler ships. Like we're just gonna use these for a short period. We'll build like maybe 4 of them or something, just to spend money and have some ship, you know, production going. And a bit of catch up to stuff, a bit of broadside them with basically 6 8-inch guns on each side, backed up by 8 5-inch guns on each side. The 10-inch guns, if they hit, they hit. We're not very worried about that. So we're going to keep this. Sure. we're going to save the game. How are the docks looking? 16, 16, 15. Okay, we're right in the sweet spot there. So, are we currently building? We are. Are we currently building? We are not. But 40 is pretty good over here for now. We've got nothing's really happening in the Pacific, so we don't have to worry about that. Let's save the money until these battleships are ready to start. We'll do this. We'll take this fight again. We know that their fleet is pretty weak over here. Well, it's weak all over. But let's turn off the torpedoes. Are these the Geffian class again? It's the Rostock. Okay. This is our new one. These are our new ones. So these have, oops, 10 6-inch guns. So these could do a number if we can catch up to someone. We don't have any kind of fire control, like any kind of like real improved fire controls or anything on any of these ships yet, but if we can catch them and put a few rounds into them, 8 5-inch, 8 3-inch, that's fine. Let's go down to -2 max, or max -2. And we're just hoping to score a few hits here. So far, we are the ones that are having hits scored on us, but that's the way it be sometimes. There's a very real chance this thing could like get really lucky and just like 2v1 both of our ships. But I'm pretty confident that we'll be okay here. Even if we are taking a little bit of a beating. Once we start scoring those 6-inch hits on a light cruiser in this era, like it's basically over. Like I think we've already hit their engine room, or I don't know what we've done to them, but they have slowed down. So we'll take these, cruiser engagements while we can, because they only have 4 light cruisers in service right now, with a couple building, I believe. So the more of these we can sink, the faster we'll have complete sea supremacy. All right, let's fire off some torpedoes. Yeah, he's turning, so it's going to be hard to score torpedoes. Let's go to max speed. This might be a good shot here. We're perfectly parallel with him. Be hard for him to turn out of that. Nope. Okay, here's another one. And we're going to go torpedoes free. There we go. And it's over. So now we just try to finish him off. Just guarantee that he will never see another sunset. And now we go home. Let's go back to cruise and go home. Yeah. Pick up some survivors and go. There's probably some merchants hanging around their coastline somewhere. That's why the battle's still going. But we're not going to worry about that. Yep. So we took light damage, and in exchange, we sank a light cruiser. Excellent. Oh, the U.S. lost another heavy cruiser. Boy, oh boy. They're not exactly covering themselves in glory, are they? All right, we got a couple of light cruisers here, new Rostock class. So where can we assign them? The second light cruiser division. Okay. Yep, there we go. So now we have 3 light, these brand new Rostocks in each first and second fleets, essentially. Hey, we could build destroyers if we really wanted to. Trading corvettes with each other, the US and Spain. Maybe we will design a destroyer, just like, it's very crappy. So it's overweight. Let's get rid of these guns. But we'll just build like a couple of them. They're really cheap, 129. Not yet. We'll actually slow them down a little bit to save money. There we go. And we'll build like 2 or 3 of them, just so we have them in existence. Maybe they're like aircraft carriers where, if you have a couple of them, it makes the research easier. All right. An interception. Very cool. Now, I didn't objective sink or damage the enemy raider. Cool. So we have intercepted enemy raider. Let's compare. They have 4 8-inch guns, 8 6-inch with 20 knots, 6,800 tons. We have 8,100 tons, 4 8-inch guns. So even on the main guns, we have a lot more secondaries than they do. And I think they're a little bit faster than we are. No, 20 knots versus 20 knots. So this is the heavy cruiser battle. But if we can get rid of that raider, it sure would be nice. We're scoring some hits. 5-inch guns. Five-inch guns. 5-inch. This is one of the cruisers that has been causing us a little bit of a headache here in Europe by raiding us. I need to go back to 1 minute instead of 2-minute skips because it's 5-inch guns. 8-inch hit. That's nice. We've been hit in return. Some splinters. 8-inch. Okay. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. It seems like it's slowing down. So we're gonna go max -2 for the gunnery bonus. I'm gonna go up to 2-minute time jumps, 2-minute turns, and it's just a matter of finishing the job here. We don't have torpedoes on this thing, so we will have to gun it down. So it's gonna take longer. And we'll slow down to 16 knots. 5-minute turns. There we go. GG. Take a look at that ship real quick. Yeah, I mean it was sort of on par with ours. Like it didn't have the secondary armament that we did. So we will exit the battle. Nope, continue the operations. We don't want to do it without any reparations. Okay. Very cool. So they're still raiding a little bit. Yeah, go ahead and give us some insightful comments. Meanwhile, we'll build, let's say, 4 of these things. It's going to put us into a lot of debt to do it. Hang on. Let's see. Yeah, these things will be done in a few months. So let's build 2 of those for now, actually. We'll build 2 now. And we'll start 2 more um, once these get closer to being finished. You can see that they are actually quite a bit cheaper than the Blucher class that we're building. But honestly, I would rather have more of the blue share class. But you always want to have some battleships, if nothing else, for the blockade power. And there's the prestige. Our little uh, TPs have been finished, so let's TP them. KEs. It's a very nice tip that I got there. So we're going to save the game. We're at the 40-minute mark. It's been a good session. They have no more battleships afloat. They have one heavy cruiser out raiding. They have probably one light cruiser out raiding and one other patrolling somewhere. So we have won the war. Now it's just a matter of convincing them to give up, hopefully before anyone else can jump in. So hope you've enjoyed. I sure did. This is a good one. I'll see you next time, and sail safe out there.